Hey guys, it's Dr. Bickling from Own It Dental. As always, here's my contact information if you need to get a hold of me. And if you guys are enjoying these videos, please do hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button. It's right down below. It only takes you a second and it'll let me know that it's coming from the heart. Speaking of things coming from the heart, today I'm going to speak from the heart. I recently had my 25th dental school reunion, so let's dig into it. Like I said, I just recently went up to Boston, Massachusetts. Tufts Dental School is where I went to school for my 25th dental school reunion. And this reunion, it was wonderful seeing all my classmates. They all looked great and had a great time up there. I think we had the best class there out of all the reunions. But, this reunion was a little different than previous reunions. Back in the past, we used to talk all the time about, what procedures we're doing. I'm doing implants and I'm doing veneers and I'm doing full mouth reconstructions and I'm doing neuromuscular dentistry. But as time goes on, now the conversations are shifting to, I'm tired and I want to step away from the chair. And I completely understand. I work 2 days a week and that's more than enough for me already. As many of you know, I stepped away from the chair back in 2016 and I had associates doing it. And I was quite happy having that. But as I'm talking to some of my friends, I said, yeah, I completely understand. Like I said, I'm working 2 days a week and that's more than enough. So tell me about your practice. And virtually all of them are still solo practitioners. They're open the, requisite 4 days a week, and many of them have boutique practices and are dropping insurances like all the other, consultants are telling them to do. And they're like, yeah, I want to step away from the chair, hopefully by our next reunion, maybe I'll sell or something like that. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if you're a solo practitioner, you're the product. You don't have a business to sell. You'd be selling yourself. So like you don't have anything to sell. You need to get an associate. And they're still telling me about their 90-minute new patient interviews, and this is before the patients even get the cleaning. And I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that. Maybe we need to rethink the way dentistry is done. Because back in the 90s and early 2000s, it was fine to be open 4 days a week and have a boutique practice and just be a solo practitioner. You can make a great living and you can be your own boss, but times are changing, things are becoming more expensive, and we dentists, we're getting tired, we're getting here, right? We want to step away. And the realization is that if we're still a solo practitioner, there's nothing to sell. It's just us. And even if a company does come and buy us, guess who they're going to make work? They're going to make us work, right? So the reality is that we have to bring on associates. We have to grow. There's really no way around it. Otherwise, you're just going to plateau to death. I know dentists that are 70, 80 years old that are still practicing, some because they love it, some because they can't afford not to. I've dealt with associates for years, and of course they have their pros and cons, a lot of cons for sure. But if we want to get to an area where we can actually step away from the dental chair, like I said a few videos ago, we're going to have to bring on associates. And what does that mean? It means that we're going to have to 2 to 3x our practice, because your associates are not going to be able to produce as much as you. And you're going to need 2 to 3 of them just to replace your income. And that means you're going to need 2 to 3 times the number of hygiene patients. But the good news is if you have open availability, it's really not that hard. All you have to do is make enough room for not only for you to keep your existing patients, but also to bring on new patients. And if you're getting average of 50 new patients a month, within a year and a half, within 18 months, you have enough new patients alone just to bring in an associate, take care of that. So you can start getting out of the chair literally within the next year or two. Maybe not all at once, but little bits at a time. So, my fear is that, we're going to go to our 30th and 35th and 40th and 45th and 50th reunion. There was even somebody there with a 60th reunion, and my friends are going to look like this, because they have stayed a solo boutique practice and they keep working because you can't stop because, you're accustomed to a certain lifestyle and you got to pay for it. But they don't bring on associates, and they really don't have anything to sell because they are the product. And I just don't want to see my friends or any of you looking like this, as time goes on. So we can go into all the pros and cons of growing a practice. I believe growing your practice only has upside. There's a lot of downside, I guess, when it comes to managing it. But I guess there's a saying, you don't rise to your level of performance. You fall to your level of systems. So as long as you have your systems in place, it actually should just be rinse and repeat. So in any case, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm just kind of like talking from the heart. I want to go to my next reunion and see a lot of my classmates, loving life, maybe only working 1 or 2 days a week, doing the dentistry that they enjoy, but also, not breaking their backs in the meantime. So hopefully they'll have some help and have a dental office that, somebody would be happy to buy if that's the route they choose. So in any case, again, I'm Dr. Bickling. Here's my contact information, and I'll see you on the next video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like it, go to ownitdental.com or click the link above and check out my services. I have dozens of hours of training videos and have negotiated reduced lab fees for all my clients. So if you want to get out of the dental chair and start owning your business, go to ownitdental.com and check out my services, and I'll see you soon.